So, how did the fire start?
It was at baker's shop in Pudding Lane, and the baker's. Oh, I forgot.
Was it the baker's servant?
I think so. Put a fire on to cook something or something like that.
Maybe some bread?
I think so. And then she forgot to put the fire guard in front, and then when she came back down, there was a fire all over the place, and then they all hopped out the window. They all hopped out the window except for the baker's servant, and she died from the fire.
Terrible. And then what happened? Did the fire, was it just that house or did, no?
The houses were actually made all out of wood, straw and twigs, and grass. So it will hop, and also because it was windy, so it will hop to house, and then the guy who was in charge of it, he said, we should blow up the house, which is in the middle of which is in the middle of two houses. We should blow it up, and then they won't hop to houses, even though it's windy.
So because the houses were very close together, it was going easily from one house to the next. So they figured out if they took out a house in between two other ones, it would be too far for the fire to jump. Is that right?
Yes, but it's very easy if there's one in the middle, because it could go like this. Boing, boing.
Do you know, I didn't know that. Did they literally blow it up with gunpowder?
Yeah, but I think so. Yeah, but that was when the people weren't there. All of the people, but there was a couple of people running away from. They were trying to get away from the fire, but the way some people got away. Well, they didn't have cars. They had horses and carts, but they didn't take the horse with them on the boat. They all hopped into a boat. Doesn't matter whose boat it was.
Where was the boat? What was the boat? Where was it going?
It was going down the River Thames, because that's where the fire can't go, because there's water.
Right.
And also the horses, they won't take the horses on the boat because they're too heavy. The horses will just get away by themselves.
Oh, I see.
They're wild.
Did they let them free? So the horses gallop away?
No, they just didn't care about the horses.
Really?
They did care. They just knew the horse was going to fly away, but they were quite sad. It just ran over. But they did. I think whoever had the horse, I think they might, I think they might actually, if people had a really, really big boat, I think, if they had a boat quite like that, the horse might fit in, so they might take it though. But the horse can gallop in water. Horses can gallop in water.
If it's not too deep. Actually, horses can swim.
Yeah.
But I don't think they would have swum down the River Thames, would they?
No, but they could gallop halfway.
Right.
But if it was, because it was quite hot then, that's why the fire couldn't get out by the wind.
Right.
Because they're full of water and stuff. But the horse, the river was half dried out, but some of it was actually quite full. But the horses galloped in a little bit, and then a bit on shore, and then gallop, and then it got off where the fire wasn't going yet, and it went across, I think it was London Bridge. Well, it went across one of those bridges, but I think, was it London Bridge?
Might have been London Bridge.
And it actually burned down the bridge because it was a bit too hot.
It was a very big fire, wasn't it? Burnt down lot of London.
Yeah, so they made a new London, and it's right now.
And have you?
And last time, it didn't have Big Ben.
No.
It didn't have the Houses of Parliament. It didn't have the big wheel. It didn't have the palace. It didn't have any of those new things.
But did they build the St Paul's Cathedral after that?
Yeah, but those days, there was like a guard standing in front of a building. I think it was, and it's what's it called? It was that guy who had all the things, and he thought if all the what are they called? Ravens. It
Yes.
was a raven person. If all the ravens would fly away from the towers,
Yes.
they will fall down, and it's really fun. But the houses went over the place there. It spread all over London.
Right.
It was all over London, and some people didn't make it. But if they had a pet, if they had 3 or 4, they would still take them,
Right.
wouldn't
Yeah.
they?
Yeah. Like we'd save Chelsea, wouldn't we, if there was a fire?
But there wouldn't be any more London fires because
No.
because then a couple of days it was hot and it hadn't rained for a couple of years.
Right.
And it was a bit hot for a couple of days, and that's when it was
Everything
bad
was,
luck.
right. Everything was very dry.
Yeah, and it's bad luck. There was a fire. Well, it's because it was a bit too hot, and the hotness came through the chimney,
Right.
and the wind came through the chimney and went. It blew it sprayed when I all over the floor, and then.
Just went up in flames. Terrible. Should we go to the Tower of London then?
Yeah.
Do you know something? I haven't been there since I was little. I'd really like to go to the Tower of London.
Me
I think
too.
Daddy would like to
I
go.
would
as
love
well.
Eddie said that we went to the Houses of Parliament together.
Yes, we did. You, me, Eddie and Alex. 2 years ago, you were only little. You were in reception. We went to the Houses of Parliament to do a protest against Heathrow Airport expansion. And after we'd done the protest, we went into the Houses of Parliament and met our MP.
Who's our MP?
At that point, it was Susan Kramer. And we also met somebody else.
And by the way, well, those were burnt. They weren't even there then. And those places where London Eye,
No,
Big Ben and stuff, that wasn't where
No.
the fire couldn't get there
it
because
didn't exist.
I know, but that fire went actually. You should think about it. The fire actually went over. It went over the place there.
Did it?
Yeah, I think it might. No. There's a river in there.
Oh, right, okay. Well, I'd like to thank
There.
you very much, Megan, for the interview.
But wait.
And
It didn't go on half of London because there was a river.
Oh, the river, exactly. Saved everyone living south of the river. That's one benefit of living south of the river. There aren't many. Well, we're west. Anyway, thank you very much for the interview, Miss Walton, and I look forward to the next history instalment from you. Bye-bye.